In the village of Heronwood, they still whisper about the night the witch was supposed to burn. Her name was Elia Crow, and she lived in the woods just beyond the river, in a crooked little cottage with purple smoke trailing from the chimney and herbs hung like trophies from her rafters. People came to her for things they dared not ask for in the light: love potions, hexes, blessings for dead children, curses for living husbands. Then one winter, the mayor's son fell ill, shriveled like autumn leaves, and they blamed her. Without trial or prayer, the villagers dragged her to the pyre. But the fire did not burn her. It roared, it screamed, the wood turned to ash. But Elia stepped from the flames untouched, her hair whipping like dark ribbons in the wind, her eyes molten gold. "You owe me a death," she said softly. Then she vanished. 22 years passed. The world changed. Heronwood grew quieter, older, hungrier. Crops failed more often. Shadows moved too quickly. People no longer spoke of witches, at least not aloud, until the king's rider came, bearing parchment with a red seal and 2 words etched in iron: witch's debt. The king's emissary, a gaunt man named Aldrich Thorne, arrived at dusk, his horse half-starved and his eyes too bright. He wore no armor, just black robes stitched with strange runes. He gathered the villagers in the square. "By royal decree," he said, unrolling the parchment, "a contract made in blood must be fulfilled." "What contract?" someone shouted. Aldrich's gaze fell on the mayor's daughter, Elin, pale-haired, bookish, just turned 18. "Your mother made it," he said. Elin stepped forward, heart pounding. "My mother died when I was born." "Exactly," Aldrich said. "The life she took must now be paid." And then the wind shifted, carrying the scent of ash. That night, Elia Crow returned. She looked no older than the day they tried to burn her. Cloaked in shadows, her voice was calm, cold, like winter water. "The child owes me," she said. The mother made a deal, her life for her child's. But no life comes without balance. A death was promised. Elin, trembling, stepped forward. "What if I give you something else?" Elia raised a brow. "What could a child offer a witch who has everything?" "My help." Elia laughed, not cruelly, but with curiosity. "You want to serve me?" "I want to understand why you were willing to save a life," Elin said, "and why you still need a death." There was a pause. Then Elia nodded. "Very well. 3 moons. You come to my cottage, serve, learn. At the end, I take what I'm owed, unless you can give me something greater." And so the deal was struck. Elin lived in the cottage in the woods. She learned to grind herbs and sing spells in a dead language. She saw how Elia spoke to crows and listened to the bones of trees. She learned that magic wasn't fire and fury, it was weight, it was sacrifice. And Elia was not what she expected. The witch wept at night when no one watched. She lit candles for names she never said aloud. She kept a garden not for potions, but for the grave markers buried beneath. One night, Elin asked, "Who were they?" Elia whispered, "The ones I couldn't save." On the final night of the 3rd moon, Elin discovered the truth. Her mother hadn't just begged the witch for her life, she'd betrayed her. Elia had tried to save both mother and child, but the mother, terrified of the village, led the mob to her door in exchange for mercy. "They feared what they didn't understand," Elia said, "and I was too proud to forgive." Elin touched her hand. "And now? I still want a death, but I no longer know whose." When dawn came, Elin stood in the clearing with Elia and Aldrich, who had returned for the blood ode. "Well," Aldrich said, "a deal is a deal." Elia nodded slowly. "I choose to end the debt," she said. "How?" Aldrich sneered. "There is no magic greater than blood." "There is," she said, "forgiveness." She turned to Elin. "You were the debt, but now you are the legacy." She reached into her chest and pulled out her own heart, black and gleaming. "Take it," she said to Aldrich. "The debt is paid." And with that, Elia collapsed into ash, her body breaking into silver embers. Elin buried the ashes beneath the elm tree behind the cottage. She took up the black grimoire, the garden, the bones. She wears her hair braided with silver thread. Children come to her with questions. Some call her witch, others call her wise. When people ask what happened to Elia Crow, she says only, she paid a debt no one else would. But in the stillness of night, when the fire is low, she hears crows singing outside. And sometimes, she thinks she sees a figure in the trees, watching, waiting, smiling.